father's not teaching the sons, the father's not teaching the children, and it continues to grow. And then what? You get what you see out here today. You get gang banging, drug dealing, us worshiping idolatry, all these different things that come from us not knowing the commandments of God. All right?
Verse 17. Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So how will we curse in the field, brother? Curse in the field, right? Check this out. This is how we will curse in the field. During the time of slavery.
That's
The Lord is saying, if you do not listen to the commandments of God, I'm going to put you in slavery. But what? We curse in the cotton field, sugarcane field, he does all these different things. We will walk over here in captivity and put in hardcore slavery.
That's right. Bring it out.
To serve hard labor.
Right.
This is how our people was cursed in the field, right? We're also today we're cursed in the job field. Where we're the last hired, first fired, right?
That's right.
We're cursed in the school field. All these different things. Our people are not the first choice. What they call it when the school and prison pipeline, where they just bring a couple of black people in just to say we're diverse. Affirmative action. That's exactly what it is. Like when you go to your elite schools, they're mostly white, right? But you do have a couple of our people in there. But they do that just to say like, hey, we're not just bringing all white people in here. Yeah. Because wait, when you go to schools, we have educated black men, we have educated Hispanics and Native Americans.
Right.
But at the same time, the white, you have our people that might be doing education better. But the other nations, they have more. Yeah, they excel for it, or they get the upper hand because what? They could be doing worse, but their parents have money, they're connected, so they can get in there quicker than quicker than we can. This is the way how we're cursed in the job field, in the school field, but to keep us back. But it doesn't matter anyway because this isn't our captivity. This is our captivity. So they're not going to put us in a position to take back our leadership, right? So what? This is one of the curses. But I want to talk on this how we were in slavery, how that was a curse, right? So how to 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So what? This is the same, it's speaking of the same thing. When you were in captivity, when you were cursed, you were going to be cursed in the field, and your sons and your daughters are going to be given to another people. This is how our sons and our daughters were given to another people. During the time of slavery, nigga sold here, Hispanic sold here, it don't matter. They put you on the auction block and they sold you you could come over here to Virginia. They send you down south to Florida. They send you to South Carolina. It doesn't matter what you try to do. You didn't have the right or the power to save yourself or your children or your wife.
Bring it out.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is how our people were cursed. This is how we came to be over here in the Americas. And it's a generational thing because through that process of breaking, through that process of being sold, through the process of being indoctrinated, this is how you get your communities, how you see it today. Because before this, we were a great people, brother. We were living in our own land. Right. We were living by the commandments of God, even though we had the wickedness among us. And that's how we ended up falling into that captivity, right? But at the same time, we had our own land. We did our own things.
Right.
We can't do that. And I'm going to show you why we can't do that. Right? Look at it. Still the same.
Verse 48.
We're just going through these curses to show you how they apply to our people, right?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So, who did that say we were going to serve? Our enemies, right? So you have to, before we move on, you have to understand the Lord is telling us something right here. He says that you have enemies, and the Lord is going to force you to serve them. Our people, that's the one thing we don't understand. We can't get that past our mind that we have enemies, even though it's evident when we look around in our communities, right? We see how things are set up against our people. We see how other nations, they prosper better than us. They can come to their business. They can open a business in your neighborhood. How just when we speak on the school field and work field, we see these things, but we don't understand why it happens. We don't understand why our people are shot down in the streets. We don't understand why we got to grow up in the communities we grow up in, right? It's because your enemies have put these things in place to keep you down. So that's the first thing that you understand. You have to understand who you are, because what? Your enemies, they have a heart against these people on these signs. Right. So once you figure out who you are, then you figure out who the enemies are, figure out why you're in the state that you're in.
Right.
Then, once you get that understanding, it comes with the repentance. Coming back to the commandments. Because with those things, you can apply those things to real life. And that was your question. How do we know that the commandments or the Bible is a real book? Or how do we apply it today? I'm showing you how it applies to us today. Right? That's right.
Bring it up. Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent us against us, sent those enemies against us. A lot of our people, we have questions. Why did the white man come over and steal from the west coast of Africa? How did we get sent into slavery all across the world? Because the Lord sent them against us. Because what we went against the commandments of God. He didn't want to do what he said. What did he even touching on the knowledge and the destroy the lack of it? So the Lord destroyed us because we didn't want to listen to him.
Right. In hunger.
In hunger, brother. So if I want to get something to eat, if I want to get a burger, if I want to get a hot dog, if I want to get a chicken, it don't matter what it is. It's saying that you're gonna have to serve your enemies for hunger. If I want to go to the grocery store to get something to cook, but our people don't own those grocery stores. That's right. Our people don't own the convenience stores and things to go and get food. Right. Your enemy owns those things, and you have to go buy it from him.
Right.
So the Lord is telling you what? This is one of those signs that you're going to be able to tell that you're in the curses. Right. Your own people are not going to be able to control your food system.
Right.
Another nation is going to control your food system.
And in thirst.
And in thirst, if I want water, I want soda, I want a Gatorade. It doesn't matter, brother. You can't even catch rainwater. Did you know it's illegal to catch rainwater?
Bring it out.
You can't even catch water from the sky, bro. It come freezing.
Bring it out.
You gotta pay for it.
Right.
Did you know that? This is some of the things in place that this is how you're gonna be able to tell that what you are in captivity. You are not ruling your own land. Right. You might think that we have free will to move and do these different things here, but it's not true, brother. Because if it was, you could go to your own people and get these things. Right. We would have our own nation to go back to. Right. That's right. Able to identify that we are the same people. Because when we go around and talk to our people, hey, what's your nationality? I'm African American. I'm Asiatic. I'm a Moor. All these different things. They're contrary to the Bible. The Bible tells us who we are. Right. But these are ways that you can tell that our people we're not in our right state of mind.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So since we didn't want to serve our God, the God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, he sent our enemies against us. And now we got to serve them for food. We don't own McDonald's. We don't own the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? We might be working in there, but we don't own it. Right. We don't control the food distribution center. You know what I'm saying? We don't got Publix and Whole Foods. We got little local grocery store or local corner stores where we get our food at. You know what I'm saying? All that's by design of our enemies.
Right.
That's right.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
So even in clothing, before we came over here in slavery and shackles and chains, and they stripped us naked, we had royal garments. We had royal clothes.
That's right.
Ezekiel 16:10. We had a royal wear that we used to dress like. We are royal people. But all this was stripped and taken from us by our enemies because we didn't serve our God.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Our God. So the Bible is about God dealing with us as a people, what we got to do to rule the planet, and what the punishment was for not obeying him.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 10. I clothe thee also with broidered work.
So we had clothes, nice design, broidered work. It's like patterns, stitched in patterns, handmade garments. So we had some real fine garments.
Right. And shod thee with badger skin.
Badger skin. That's fur coats. We were walking around in fur coats. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Bible.
Right. And I girded thee about with fine linen.
Fine linen suits. You know what I'm saying? Decked out.
And I covered thee with silk.
With silk. You know, this is the clothing we was wearing before they stripped us naked and brought us over here in shackles and chains.
That's right.
This is the acts of an enemy. The enemy took all of our stuff, all of our wealth, but it was because of our disobedience with our God.
That's right. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thine hands.
That's going into jewelry. We had nice jewels, gold, diamonds, all of that. It was stripped and taken from us because of our disobedience.
Right. And a chain on thy neck.
A gold chain on our neck. Why do you think our brothers like the gold chains? It's in their spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is the way we used to dress. Before we was stripped down to less of a man, 3/5 of a man.
Right.
This is before 1619, before they brought us over in shackles and chains. That's right. We was decked out.
Right. And I put a jewel on thy forehead.
We had gold jewels. Just think we wearing a crown with jewels, with diamonds and emeralds and all precious stones, rubies. A ruby today could go for like $18,000 for one ruby that big. We had all of that.
And earrings in thine ears.
Gold earrings.
And a beautiful crown upon thine head.
There we go. We got gold crowns, bro. This is the way we are royal people.
That's right.
This is the way we was dressing before the Lord sent our enemies against us for our disobedience. That's right.
Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, and with royal work. Thou didst eat fine flour.
We had the best food. We didn't have these little pop-up grocery stores in the corner store. We was better than Whole Foods and Publix and all that.
Right.
We had the best food. But now we got to go to our enemies for the one of all things.
Right.
They control the food distribution center. But before that, we was ruling. That's right. We are mighty royal people.
That's right. And honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
We was a kingdom of people. Exodus 19. We was a royal kingdom of people. You get me, bro? We was a royal people. But because of our disobedience, we got stripped down to being degraded to a 3/5 of a man, to being a Negro, to a color, to Afro-American. Now we're calling ourselves African-American. That's not our names.
Right.
We're Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so forth and so on. We're God's chosen people. The children of
That's right. The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 6 and verse 5. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed.
It is all about obeying God's voice, being obedient to what he said.
And keep my covenant.
And keep his commandments.
Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
We were supposed to be above everybody on the earth. That's what this Bible is about. The Bible is a book of God's chosen people ruling the planet.
Right.
The way he say to rule the planet. Not the way we say, because you look at our people today, it is what it is. A lot of our people are strung out on drugs, they in prostitution, they in gangs, they robbers, stealers, and murderers. God say, no, you can't be a peculiar people like that.
Right.
You got to be a peculiar people the way I say be a peculiar people. The way I say govern the earth.
For all the earth is mine.
All the earth is the Lord's. He chose us to be on top of this planet.
And he shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
A kingdom of priests. That's what our purpose is. Our purpose is to rule this planet in righteousness.
That's right.
That's God's divine purpose for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man.
Right.
To rule this planet the way he said to be ruled.
Right.
Right now they talk about what? Global warming. It's getting hotter. The glaciers in somewhere is melting. You know what I'm saying? The polar bears are dying. They're saying all this crazy stuff, right? It's because the rightful rulers are in a servitude position right now.
Right. That's
The rightful rulers gotta change. We gotta remember that we're not what they call us. We're God's royal people, the children of Israel. That's who we are. That's right. We're royal people.
And holy nation.
A holy nation. So we're a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. Get Deuteronomy 11:21. We are the enforcers of God's laws on this planet.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 21. That your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth.
So, as the days of heaven upon the earth. How you doing, bro? What's your name?
Russ.
Rev?
Russ.
Russ?
Yeah.
Russ. Asa. So I got brother Keontae and brother Russ, right? What we going over is the purpose of the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man on this earth. What is our purpose? Are we just supposed to be basketball players, actors, comedians, and stuff like that? Or do we have a greater purpose on this earth? What does God say? Let's see, brother Russ, brother Keontae.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments, which I command you to do them, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways.
So if we love the Lord our God and walk in all his ways, what's going to happen, verse 21?
And to cleave unto him, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land which the Lord sware to your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven.
As the days of what?
As the days of heaven.
As the days of what?
Of heaven.
So as the days of heaven. Heaven is rulership for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man.
That's right.
That's what heaven is.
Right.
Heaven is us ruling this planet.
Bring it out.
Governing this planet the way God said govern it.
Right.
Not the way we've been programmed in this society today, because the way our people program today is a individualistic mindset. It's, I'm gonna get mine, YOLO, you only live once. No, God say, you my brother, I have to treat you a certain way.
Right.
My sisters, I have to treat them a certain way.
Right.
We have to govern ourselves in a righteous royal way.
Right.
So we can rule.
Right.
If we don't follow this rule book, we'll stay servants. We'll stay degraded as 3/5 of a man. Read down.
Verse 23. Then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations.
So we will possess these nations on this planet if we keep God's commandments.
Right.
If we do what he say. Verse 24.
Verse 24. Every place where the soles of your feet shall tread.
So, you want me, brother Keontae, brother Russ? Every place where we walk
shall be yours.
Shall be yours. If we do what the Lord say, everything is going to be ours.
Right.
The world was made for the Israelites' sake.
That's right.
The world was made for our sake. No, the world was created for us, but it was created for us to be in a righteous state as a royal kingdom of priests, putting out God's laws on this earth.
Right.
The right vibrations.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So Adam was made the ruler of everything. First man, a black man.
Of him come we all.
So all people come from Adam.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
But out of all of those people, God chose us.
That's right.
The children of Israel, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's right. He chose us.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Made the world for who?
Our sakes.
For who?
Our sakes.
The world was made for us. But the only way we possess this world is by remembering who we are, children of Israel, and coming back to his commandments.
That's
right. Chronicles 28:5. The only way we do that is by coming back to what he say. Until then, we're gonna stay in a servile position. We're gonna stay getting the worst food, the worst education. We individually have to make a change within ourselves to say, okay, I'm not what they say I am. Let me do some research on my own. Let me look into this and what these brothers bringing out.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 28, verse 5. And of all my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel.
The kingdom of the Lord over who?
Over Israel.
So the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, is the Israelites ruling this planet.
That's right.
That's just another scripture to validate what we read earlier. The kingdom of God is us ruling this planet.
Right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.